big question is whether that piece is first of all legitimate. I think that's a very important thing we should answer before we move ahead on this, is whether that piece has really been seen by the client, approved by the client and been signed off with the client. I think if it has, then honestly I think it doesn't really depend on how many times has it released. It really merit or credit should be given for that piece per se. Like for me, the one example that comes to mind is the Vaseline that ad. I mean, there's no way you could have released that ad twice, right? So for me, I think it's okay to have a one-off execution, but provided it's legitimate. I think that's the bigger debate. There have been situations in the past where, for example, there's an activation which is probably required only for maybe just a day, or if there's it usually happens in the case of maybe a print or activation. It doesn't really happen so much in the case of film. A lot of ads sometimes are also topical. I mean, if there's an ad for Independence Day, it's for Independence Day, right? You're not going to have it twice. So I would say it's legitimate. As long as it's legitimate, I think it's absolutely fine.
I'm not against awards. Awards are great as long as it's given to work that is, real and genuine, and it's done for real on real brands and released in the real market, right? It doesn't matter whether it's released once, twice. I mean, people will give you Super Bowl examples. It can be released once, twice, 100 times. It really doesn't matter. What matters is that it should not be a piece of work which is grown in the backyard of an agency and somehow gotten signed off by a client to legitimize it and entered only for awards. Those kind of work I'm completely against, and those kind of work is what seems to be ruling the entire award culture in this country right now. What it does is, one, it erodes whatever equity is left of advertising. It's misleading a lot of young creative people to believe that that's how they're supposed to get famous, and it's also creating a lot of bitterness, and it's also making advertising lose its face in front of the clients.
Well, I believe that most definitely they can be, as long as the work is genuine and it is for the purpose of a strategic marketing initiative or an advertising initiative. I think if the one-off is actually for the purpose of just from an awards point of view, I don't really stand by that. But if it is part of a strategic marketing campaign, then yes, most definitely it can be awarded as well.